Hello everybody and welcome to the Geek Corner Review. Place we review all kinds of movies and TV shows and comics and video games. And this week I'm going to be reviewing a movie that I never thought I would actually watch, but I wound up watching anyway. It's a movie that I actually slammed here on this program for not being true to the characters, and so I actually got and watched it, and that movie is Justice League Gods and Monsters. Yes, I actually on Black Friday I went and bought this movie. It was $5. How can you beat that? I went and watched. I was like, what the hey? What the hey? And so I'll give it a shot. I was curious about this movie and sat down and watched it with Ellen, and I'm going to actually say it was a good movie. And I know here on this program I've slammed it constantly for like, this is not the... I remember the video I made several months ago, one of my highest viewed Geek Corner minutes. This is not the Justice League. In which I said I basically just raked this movie over the coals along with it, and gave basically DC we call it almost basically calling it an indictment of DC wanting to glorify the Justice League and further turn them into anything but what they started out as being and everything. But being it, I actually kind of started giving a fair chance because of the fact that it is an alternate Earth, and that every Earth in the multiverse has its own version of the Justice League, the way they are, the way they act, and everything. And I'm like, what the hey? I just went ahead and we sat down and watched it, and as I said, it was a very good movie. I mean, and just to give a brief, it starts on Krypton, where Jor-El is about to fulfill. It starts off like the usual Superman origin story, and only this time he's basically going to he has some of Lara's genetic material, and he's going to basically put his finger in a reader to take a sample of his DNA, so that by the time the ship gets to Earth, basically Kal-El will have been created. Well, this time it changed, it deviated a little bit, and that Zod stopped him just before he put his finger in the reader. Zod stopped him. General Zod stopped him, and he said, "You're not going to." As if anyone's going to survive Krypton, it's going to be my lineage. And he put his finger. I'm just paraphrasing, but based along those lines, he put his finger in there into the computer, and it took his DNA instead. And the ship basically launched off for Earth, and in the end, it wound up being the son of Zod. That's how it wound up being the son of Zod instead of the son of Jor-El. Basically, the lineage of El died with Jor-El, and ship crash lands on Earth. The government goes hunting it down, and when they try to find him, he's nowhere to be found. And he's basically being found by Mexican immigrants. And they basically find him, and they find the little baby, and they raise him up and everything. And it flashes forward to the present day, and he's now he and the other Justice League are now going on this covert mission to find these other villains. I'm gonna just say there's a little coarse language in the movie. And that's because, well, it's a dark. I'm gonna just say contribute to the fact it's a darker world, and that and basically it's a darker world, darker language. but they basically hunt them down, and they basically just to show you what kind of Justice League they are. That they are not the regular Justice League. Like I said, they basically go in there and just wipe everybody out. Just wipe everybody out against what the government wished, and that's it. And basically throughout the entire movie, they start showing the origin stories of how everybody came about. Basically, Batman is not Bruce Wayne, as I've said when I was basically in my other video. I said Batman was not Bruce Wayne. It was Kurt Langstrom, the guy who wound up being Man-Bat. Well, they twisted that in the fact that he's actually was trying to find, I think he was trying to find a cure for cancer. And that I think it was through like bat DNA, bat saliva or something. And I think it was like maybe like rabies or something. And and basically he injected the formula into himself, and it basically made him into a vampire. He is essentially a vampire, and it's more like a mutant vampire because I think he can't come out in the daytime. And basically he just starts using his abilities for justice, I guess you could say. And Wonder Woman, turns out, is not even Amazonian, as I probably mentioned before. She is actually from New Genesis. And I know I should have said this. Spoiler alert. There might be some spoilers in there. If you want to see the movie first, I'd suggest seeing the movie first before you hear this review. But if you want everything spoiled, fasten your seatbelts. But basically, the whole thing is that she is basically married Darkseid's son Orion. It's just basically the same, and that's instead of trading sons like in the other more common comic canon, the marriage between her, I can't remember her name right now for some reason. I think it's Becca. The marriage of her, which I think she's Highfather's daughter, and Darkseid's son Orion. That's supposed to be the broker of peace. They broker in the peace between the two worlds, and it basically goes along good for a while until, out of nowhere, not Darkseid, Highfather turns traitor and launches a surprise attack on Apocalypse, killing everybody, including Darkseid. And this basically mortified, even killing her husband, Orion, who loved each other. And she was so disgusted by it that she left. I mean, could you blame her? Well, to tell you the truth, she's actually more in line with Wonder Woman than I thought. But she's more like Wonder Woman than I thought. But other than the fact that she's not Amazonian, she's from New Genesis. But basically, she's still the same character in that she's a warrior. But I think she's more about war than peace. Unlike Wonder Woman, she is more about war. But she just wanted to love her husband and be loved by him, and that was taken from her by Highfather. As the movie progresses, folks, basically the whole plot of the movie is that the world's greatest scientists are getting killed, and that the Justice League is getting framed for it. And what it is it's robots. They're basically there's these androids that's going around mimicking their powers and framing them for it, and basically it about works. And come to find out, and it's a great movie all throughout, and it basically solving this mystery, and he finally solved the mystery that it's the man who built. I can't remember what his name is. It's the man who built the Metal Men. He basically was the mastermind behind in the regular DC. He built the Metal Men. Turned out he's the mastermind of the whole thing, and it's just, I think it's a bit to basically destroy the world so he can rebuild it, kind of thing. And the man who was and basically his cohort was and he thought it was somebody that he actually loved, and it was actually a woman that he loved, but turns out she was an android. She was basically like one of the metal men. And we all know, I think it was, what was her name? Mercury or something like that. Basically, he tried to execute his whole plot, and the Justice League has to stop him and also stop the army from killing them. But everything works out all right in the end. And basically, I ain't gonna spoil the ending for you. Obviously, you gotta watch the movie, but that's just a brief synopsis of the movie and everything. But all around, I thought it was really good. I really thought it was a good movie. I don't really think I had a problem with it after that. And I give it by it's a 8 to 10 out of 10 for this movie, because it was actually really good. And I was pleasantly wrong about this movie. And I'm gonna just say, by the end, Superman, Son of Zod, whatever his real name is, I think they call him Clark. I can't remember. I think they did call him Clark by the end of this movie. Can't remember. I really don't know what they said his name was, human or alien. I don't even think he said his name. But Superman, by the end of this movie, he was actually starting to act like Superman. Weird as it seems. The Justice League, by the end of the movie, actually seemed more like how you think the Justice League ought to act. And I will say, I was pleasantly surprised and proved wrong by it. And for that, I was willing to admit I'm wrong. I was wrong, and I'm sorry about that. But I will say, I highly recommend Justice League Gods and Monsters. If you love twisted, I'm a fan of when they twist and warp the Justice League. But I'm gonna say it. This is right up there with it. And to me, it's like almost like a step under the Justice Lords, just a step under it. And I'm gonna say I give it to an 8 to a 10 out of 10. It was very good, and I highly recommend it. I'm gonna say it. This was bad. This more than makes up for Justice League War. It more than makes up for it, definitely. Which I will not watch again, by the way, nor will I watch the sequel to that. I will watch this again. You can guarantee it. I guarantee you that. But what do y'all think? Have y'all seen it? Would y'all be willing to see it now? Let me know. And what did y'all think? Those y'all seen it? What would you think? Let me know. As always, drop a comment in the comment box. I would love to hear what y'all have to say. And I guess that's all for this week's Mr. J's Geek Corner review. And as always, you have any comments about the show or have any ideas for a future show you like to see me do, drop them in the comment box. I would love to hear what y'all have to think. I would love to hear y'all ideas for any. I'm always looking for fresh new ideas. I would love to hear them. And as always, like, subscribe, share with all your friends, tell all your friends. I'll see y'all next time.